and the silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we would take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet.
Good afternoon. You're tuned into Ability Matters, the program that covers matters to do with abilities, disabilities and everything in between. We are one of the longest running disability-related shows in the world, starting as Headway On Air all the way back in 2007 and now brought to you by My Home Living Care, an NDIS registered disability support organisation.
Yes, that's right, Sean. Welcome to Ability Matters on 106.9 VOX FM. Today we have an interesting show, interview arranged, I believe, and what's it all about back over there?
Okay, so we're going to have a little chat with Lincoln. We actually caught up with Lincoln at the end of last year for the first time, but I told him I would get him back and have a little bit of a talk to find out how things have been going and progressing for him. So we'll hear a bit more about that during the interview, and he'll also update us on his condition, how that happened, and the things he's been up to since we last spoke to him.
Sounds good. Bit of an update. Now, I forgot to introduce myself. Can you believe that, of all things?
You're all right.
Of course. Good afternoon. You're listening to 106.9 VOX Ability Matters on 106.9 VOX FM. Of course, I'm your host, Tony Scott Emilio, and with me as per normal is my co-host, Beck. How are you, Beck?
Good. How are you today, Tony?
Well, a little bit delayed behind the times, but here we go.
All good.
So we've got an interview today with Lincoln.
Yes, we do.
Now, everyone, it's a pre-recorded interview, yes?
Yes. It's not that long, so it's going to be in a couple of little bits. We'll jump into some music, I think, first, and then we'll play that a bit later for all our listeners.
That sounds good. All right, I'm going to open up today's show with a dead set classic. We all know the Righteous Brothers, Unchained Melody, which appeared in the film Ghost, starring Patrick Swayze and Whoopi Goldberg and Demi Moore, etc., in 1990. But the song itself was released in 1965. So there you go, a bit of a gap between the 2 years there.
Yeah, I suppose it was an oldie but a goodie, so they brought it back to put it in the themes for that movie.
It's a dead set classic. And yes, as I just said, that was England Dan and John Ford Coley with the song I Really Love to See You Tonight from the year 1976. So about a 10-year gap between the two songs I just played. More like 11 actually, but there we go. Okay.
It's always good, a bit of variety to change it up a bit.
Lovely. Now let's just jump straight into it, shall we, Beck? The interview with
that would be great.
Lincoln. Yep. Here's the first part of 2 with the interview with Lincoln. It's a bit of a recap, wasn't it?
It is, yeah. We just wanted to see how he's been going.
Bit of a catch-up, yes.
Yeah, some of the things he mentioned in his last interview, I wanted to see how he's travelled with those and if there's been any progress.
Okay, here we go.
That. Okay, Lincoln, thank you so much for having the time to chat with us today. I really do appreciate that. How have you been?
I've been well. I've been very busy lately, but been going well.
Okay, so has everything been well since last time that we spoke?
Yeah, I've been working up at Falls Creek over the winter, keeping very busy doing that, and yeah, everything else has been going well.
Oh, okay, great. What kind of work were you doing at Falls Creek?
I've been working for Disabled Winter Sports, running their program at Falls Creek, so getting participants on snow, teaching other people with disabilities how to ski, and training volunteer guides to assist with all that as well.
Oh, that sounds excellent. Sounds like it would be really fun.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. We have some really good outcomes with participants and families of participants as well. Not just about the person with the disability, it's the whole family unit or friend group or whatever it is to to include everyone.
Oh, wow, that sounds like a really great initiative. I think that we'd actually benefit from some of those things up our way, although we don't really have the snow.
Yeah, there's not a lot of snow where you are.
No, there's not. I was just wondering, could you please remind listeners too of your story? Because it's been a while since we've had a chat, and some people might have not heard you the first time that you were on the radio.
Yeah, so I grew up in a small country town in northeast Victoria. Normal upbringing, I guess. I was one of 6 kids.
Oh, wow, 6.
Yeah, one of 6. When I finished school, I started an apprenticeship as a boilermaker, so metal fabricator and welder. Then, I guess the weekend of my 22nd birthday, I had an accident while I was going away camping, full driving with some friends. It left me paralysed from the waist level down. After ending up in the wheelchair and paralysed, I've sort of done a few different things, but got into sports, water skiing, snow skiing, snow ski race for a number of years internationally. And then in there somewhere I bought a farm or a share in a farm as well. Now I'm obviously working for Disabled Winter Sports, as I mentioned, and trying to run a farm as well.
Oh, yeah, that would have been a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, so I've got a bit going on. And then I also run a school program privately as well, where I travel to schools, I run wheelchair basketball, or do a presentation, a bit about myself and what I've done and what I've achieved in life, and then run wheelchair basketball sessions with the students after the presentation. So
wow.
Giving them first-hand experience in a wheelchair, how difficult wheelchairs can be, but also how much fun you can still have regardless of disability.
Oh, excellent. That sounds like it would be a lot of fun. I tried wheelchair basketball with my right hand, not being as strong as my left. I didn't really make it very far down the court. I kept going in circles.
Yeah, it makes it hard when you're...
a little bit.
Got one side weak, makes it hard, and you do end up going around in circles, as you said.
It can be fun. I had a good time, but I didn't get very far.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun sport, that's for sure.
Yes. I was just wondering, considering last time we talked about the access ramps in your local town, in the heritage shop there, has any progress happened with those access ramps? Are you able to get into the shops, or anyone decided to put any ramps in?
There's a couple of shops that you can access, but nothing's changed there. There's a few others. One I know of has been working through council still since we spoke last, which was a fair while ago now.
I think it was the end of last year.
Yeah, which shows the speed of council and that working on access. It's a very slow process, which I don't think it should be.
No, I think that's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah, these things I think should be prioritised a bit. But
I agree with you.
Able-bodied people that work in these jobs don't appreciate the impacts it has on not only people with disabilities in wheelchairs, but mums with prams or elderly with walkers, or even just people that struggle with steps.
Yeah, I think that was what I tried to do with the Unidera Access Group. I pointed out it's the parents with prams, people with bikes, people with luggage. So many different people would benefit from actually being able to utilise something that's accessible for a whole different range of people.
Yeah, it's not only people with disabilities or wheelchair users. There's so many people that benefit from ramps and decent access to buildings and facilities.
Yes, I forgot to mention the elderly people, because I think they have a bit of a struggle getting up and down sometimes as they get older.
Yeah, exactly. Like they may be able to walk and everything, but steps can be quite difficult for elderly as well,
Bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. We had Lincoln, catch up with Lincoln, did some training at Falls Creek, helping the disabled people with skiing.
Yes, and actually showing some of the staff on how to support people that actually have a disability as well if they come across them in the fields.
Nice. Now, we also heard that he has, I think, 6 kids, and he was paralysed on his 22nd birthday on the national day.
He doesn't have 6 kids.
Oh,
he's one of 6 kids.
One of 6, sorry, yes.
Big family.
Yes, I misread that, yes.
No, you're right. Yeah, and he did. He had his accident on his 22nd birthday. That would have not been the best birthday present to experience that. But I dare say it's opened up a whole new avenue of things that have presented themselves with new opportunities since as the working in the snowfields and teaching people how to ski.
And he also mentioned the, I suppose, the challenging fun of wheelchair basketball.
Yes, I think it's quite an interesting sport. I know that when I had to go at it, it was really exciting and fun, and I got a bit frustrated because I couldn't go anywhere, but he would, and I suppose even people that don't have to use a wheelchair can probably have a go and see if they're able to do that and enjoy that as well.
Well, I understand that if you have to use a wheelchair, it means all the work comes from your arms, so you have to really have, I suppose, more physically developed arms.
Yes. Upper body strength is definitely something.
Upper body strength, yes.
Yes. He also did point out, which, come on, council, the heritage shops in this area, they've applied for the access ramps. They're just waiting for approval for the access ramps, and that's been a good 6 months.
The wheelchair access ramps, you mean?
Yeah, yes. Or access for people that need it. There's a whole different range.
It's been a wheelchair, but even if you have maybe a stick,
makes it a bit easier for a lot of people. So definitely, I think that it's a good example of all the different things that people don't really think about until they have to think about them. So
something of an advocate.
Yeah.
And I'm forgetful. Did I thank Tim?
No, let's do that.
Yes,
let's thank
get around
Tim.
To that, yes. Thank you, Tim, to the 2 hours of your lovely show before this one here, Through the Past Darkly. Thank you very much. Yes. Okay, let's continue with our show.
No worries. Let's get some more music happening.
Radio. Well, I'm going to open up more. Go back to a timeless favourite here. Tears for Fears with Everybody Wants to Rule the World from 1985. It's from the album Songs from the Big Chair. A very powerful album. I think there are a couple other good songs from it. I think Shout is one of them, but yes. Of course, Tears for Fears, many people just know it as a one-hit wonder band, but they've got more than just one hit.
They actually have quite a few songs.
Do they?
Yeah.
Well, I'm only really aware of one or two because I'm not the widest on Tears for Fears, but here we go. I'm pretty wide with many other different things, but here we go. Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World from the year 1985. Yes, that was just Wham. Of course, the eponymous George Michael that we all know about there. And that was the song Careless Whisper from the 1984 from the album Make It Big. I'll have a little, one of those tunes that everybody knows. They know the song when they hear it, but they don't know what it's called or know the words, that sort of thing. But there we go.
Yeah.
I've got a fair few of those types of songs in this list here.
Oh, cool.
But there we go. Now let's just jump straight into, do you want to do this? We'll do the second part of the interview? Or,
if you wanted to do that, and then that leaves a lot of music.
Yeah.
How about, what if we played one more song?
All right, we'll play a couple more tunes, then we'll jump straight into that.
And then we'll do some other stuff in between.
Radio. I've got coming up next, I've got some Steely Dan with Only a Fool Would Say That from the album Can't Buy a Thrill, of course. It's probably one of their best albums, I think. But yeah, any Steely Dan would probably agree or disagree, I don't know, but there we go. I personally think it's one of their best albums. Yeah. The song I heard played earlier was Jojo Zepp and the Falcons with The Shape I'm In from the 1979 from the year Screaming Targets. Sorry, from the album Screaming Targets. Yeah, not the year, yeah. Okay, let's just continue on with the second and final part of that interview with Lincoln. Bit of an update. Let's see the catch-up interview. Let's see what he's up to these days. So here we go.
Okay, the next one I've got to ask you is, it's a bit on the line of what we spoke about earlier, how you mentioned you had a farm. Is that going well? How's everything going with that at the moment, with everything the way it is?
And the farm at the moment is quite dry, unusually dry for winter, so things are a bit tight from a farming point of view at the moment. But yeah, things are going well for me as far as operationally. I'm able to do a fair bit on the farm. I've got a tractor that's modified, so I can drive, feed out, do all the work on the farm as far as tractor operating. Also got a side-by-side that I use to access to get around the farm, spray weeds and those kind of things, and round up cattle and all that. Also have a full drive, but also a four-wheeler I use as well.
Oh, it sounds pretty good.
So yeah, I've got things modified so that I can do a lot around the farm. I still need help with some things, with cattle work and that, but there's a reasonable amount I can do myself as well.
Oh, that's excellent, and I don't think you're alone there. I think a lot of people might help with the cattle. They can be crafty and take off and all that sort of stuff.
But particularly once you get them in the yard, that's where it starts to get too dangerous for me to get into the yards and that. So I leave that work to my brother. That's his job.
Definitely.
To work with livestock. So I leave that part to him. I help with all the parts, getting them up to the yards and those kind of things. But then I'll leave that.
Well, I suppose it's a lot easier for him to jump out of the way quickly.
yeah, exactly. And it just gets the point being in the wheelchair, the risk is not worth the reward.
I so get what you mean. So I suppose the next question I have for you is around the NDIS. And do you get any support provided to you by NDIS?
I'm actually TAC. So in Victoria, we've got Transport Accident Commission, which covers most things for me. So I have been receiving NDIS for a couple of years now, but I'm just in the process of that transitioning off NDIS and TAC, picking up back the support that NDIS was providing.
Oh, so, okay, yes.
It's a bit of a funny situation, that one.
Fun and games. It's always fun and games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just curious. Is that support to do with getting around, like transport, or going and seeing a doctor or a specialist, or shopping?
No, the support I receive from NDIS are just around daily living. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Support with housework and yard work are the two support areas I get from NDIS.
Okay.
When it comes to accessing services, transport and everything, TAC they pick up the cost of travel and stuff. I've got to transport myself living where I live. It's not feasible to use taxis or other services.
Got your own kind of thing set up, yeah.
Yeah, I do have a vehicle I drive, which...
Oh, wow, that's great.
As I get older and I've had multiple surgeries on shoulders and stuff, it's not as suitable anymore. So, yeah, I'm sort of in the process of getting a van so that I can access the community a lot easier, getting a roll-in, roll-out van.
Oh, yeah, that's probably a good idea, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a lot easier on my shoulders and also then I'm not avoiding going places because I don't want to transfer in and out of the car and those kind of things. So yeah, it'll be nice to get the van and make life easier.
Oh yes, that sounds like it would be a step up for you.
Yeah, definitely.
My last question, I suppose I do have for you, is would you like to share any words with our listeners? I know that you had some great words to share with us last time, but I'm wondering if you've got anything new that you've picked up along the way in the last couple of months.
I think the most important thing that I try and sort of focus on and live by is just to enjoy life regardless of your circumstances. And it's probably fairly similar to what I said last time. I can't quite remember, but yeah, just regardless of your circumstances, enjoying life enjoying what you're doing, and making changes so that life is fun and that you can move forward with what you want to achieve.
Definitely. I like that. We actually had a guy on the other week, and I'm not sure if you resonate with this one. He said, live in the moment. And I thought that was really good, considering that most people say live day by day, but then I thought, let's break it down to in the moment. And that sounds a lot more exciting, because you never know what will happen in the next moment.
Yeah, we're never guaranteed of a tomorrow, so enjoy the moment now while you're here.
Yeah, definitely.
Because, who knows what the future will bring.
So true.
Definitely live in the moment.
I'm glad you liked that one too. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us today, Lincoln, and get away from all your farming duties. I know that they could probably take most of the day up for you there. So
it does keep me busy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, yeah. So thank you very much, and I hope everything's going well down that way south of the border. Because Lincoln, I'm not sure. Can you actually tell us the name of the suburb that you live in? I know it's down near the Murray River in Victoria.
I live in Mount Beauty, which is just at the base of Falls Creek, the ski hill. But my farm is just out the valley a little bit. So we're just south of Albury, Wodonga. Is where we are. Yeah.
Thank you very much for painting that picture for everyone to be able to work out where that actually is.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
There you go. A bit of insight there. Straight from live from Beauty. Not live, but the account from Beauty in Victoria.
Mount Beauty.
Mount Beauty.
Yeah.
Sorry, I misheard, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I think it's close to Albury, Wodonga, and it might be a little bit away from the Murray River, but down that way.
Fair enough. So it's not local, in other words, yeah? Not local.
No. We're
interstate, yes.
Talking to a little bit of people that are around in different parts of Australia as well.
And so we had here, the main thing was he certainly knows how to delegate certain tasks to his brother, because he's unable to do in a wheelchair, etc.
Well, I think it's more of a safety issue. He's not able to move fast and get out the way, so I would probably palm them off to some people that I could get to do those as well.
There's no way to say it, palm it off, yeah. Just someone else do it. Yeah.
Would you do it for me, please?
Exactly. And he said that the NDIS was, did I hear, different in Victoria?
Yeah, he said that they actually use the Transport Accident Commission.
Wow.
I suppose that's something because he had his injury while he was in a vehicle, so maybe that's a different service that they actually provide down there.
I'm not sure that they cover it here in New South Wales.
No, I've never really heard of it, so maybe it's something different that they've got that we don't have. So,
although I'm saying it's not something he would desperately need because he can drive himself, can't he? Yes.
Yes, he can drive himself. He's got a vehicle at the moment, but he's looking to upgrade to a new van, so it's easier for him to transfer in and out of the vehicle. He's had a few surgeries, so the car that he's got at the moment is maybe a little bit heavy on the steering and things like that, so make it a bit easier, yeah.
So also, what was his famous words at the end? Take your time, enjoy life, because life is fun. You live day by day or something like that, yes?
Yes. I suppose depending on whatever circumstances you've been
you find
given,
yourself in, yes?
Yeah, just enjoy that and don't worry too much about things that you don't have. Worry about the things that you have got and what you can do.
Enjoy the card, the hand you're dealt, card terminology, yeah? So
yeah.
Okay, so let's just step away from that then. I'll just quickly say, this is still Tony S in the chair with Beck alongside as well.
Hello.
And I'm just going to play you something a little bit different out of this one now. Now, we all know Billy Bob Thornton as the actor from the movies, yes?
Yes,
I can think of him from the movie Armageddon.
Yes, and some people might remember him because he actually married Angelina Jolie.
That's right, yes.
And they had matching blood vials in their necklaces.
Well, that's fair enough, yes. Now, this is his debut song from the actor, singer, songwriter Billy Bob Thornton. As I said, it's called "Walk of Shame" from the year 2001. Now, I came across this just through my rifling through different things, and here we go. It sounded like a pretty cool tune, and yeah. So let's not forget, this man is a movie star. So here's his attempt at the song. So here we go. Hope you enjoy. Ta-ta. Well, thank you.
Back to your favorites. VOX FM 106.9.
Yes, that was just Sam and Dave with When Something's Wrong With My Baby, released in 1966. I got a few more little trivial facts about that song too. It's a single from the album Double Dynamite, and it was composed by David Porter and Isaac Hayes. That's the same man who voiced the character Chef from the series South Park.
Oh, yes, he was a great guy. Good old Chef, I liked him.
Yeah,
he was
great little character.
One of the favourites.
And also, I don't think I mentioned earlier, that song Walk of Shame was from the album Private Radio, a debut album, of course, but yeah. It's all right.
I don't know if that's his only album.
There we go.
I didn't even know he was a singer. So
I knew he was an actor, but yeah, I had no idea.
I knew him as an actor, yes, because he's
idea.
Bad Santa as well.
Yes. I know, I had no idea he ventured into the world of music, but there you go.
A lot of them tend to dabble into those areas as well. Once they've done the acting and they're really good at it,
They feel like they need more of a challenge, yes.
Yeah, they go into something else.
We should just keep the music going. I'd like to hear some Hall & Oates with Out of Touch from 1984. Yeah. Okay, that was just the Rooftop Chase theme from the film The Enforcer, starring Clint Eastwood from 1976. It was actually written by Jerry Fielding. There we go. It's a 70s film. I heard it. I'm like, wow, I've got to include that. Yeah, that's good stuff.
It reminded me of the Pink Panther music.
It was a chase scene, so there we go. It was like...
Yeah,
one more
run after. Woo.
Yeah.
It's gonna go in a hurry.
Mm-hmm. Well picked up, Beck. Good stuff. Alrighty, so we've got about 5 minutes to go till 1 p.m. in the afternoon. So maybe we should say we'll say goodbyes now, and then I'll just continue out the rest of the show with some cool tunes, hopefully. And let's not forget to stay listening for the Smooth Connection coming up straight after this show at 1 p.m. Thank you very much. So stay tuned to VOX FM 106.9, the greatest community radio station in the Illawarra. Okay, so I'm going to play for you now a tune by Boz Skaggs and Dwayne Allman together. And Dwayne Allman, I'm afraid, has passed on. He was born in 1946 and passed on in 1971. And this song was Loan Me a Dime, released in 1969. And it's an instrumental version of that same song. So here we go. Till next week. Ta-ta, everyone. So I'll see you.
Have a good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for listening, and see you later.
Till then, ciao, ciao. Ta-ta. Here it is.